Hey guys, this video is going to be about why we left UK and why I left the UK for the second time.
Hey guys, welcome our channel.
If you've clicked on this, then I assume you're probably looking into leaving the UK, or maybe you just aren't too sure about living in the UK and you wanted to look at some pros and cons. So stick around so that you can hear my story. To give you a little bit of context, I was born and brought up in the UK. I did my undergraduate in the UK before then going to Hong Kong to do my PhD. I worked for about 6 years in the UK before I left again, and this time we have no plans to actually move back to the UK, or maybe in the future we may consider it, but right now life is pretty good outside of the UK. So one of the reasons we left the UK was actually because of taxes. So even though I earn a relatively decent amount in the UK, by the time my taxes, national insurance, my student loan, everything came out, it felt like I had no money left. I can't imagine what it's like for someone who doesn't earn so much and then to have so much taken away from them before they even see it in their bank account. Another thing was Arnav had to pay quite a lot for his spouse visa, which I think is quite ridiculous given the fact that we're married. You know, he should be able to live with me. I totally understand that we don't want to be a strain on the UK's resources, but it didn't need to be so difficult. And I can't imagine, again, what it's like to be someone who didn't have money, who didn't meet the financial thresholds that we already met, to then also have to essentially pay for them to be able to stay with the person they love.
The second reason is also because of education. As an Asian, for both myself and Arnav, education is a big part of our life. Consider that to be very, very important. And it's not saying that, you know, our Aryan doesn't have to get like straight A's in all of his subjects. Obviously, he's only turning 4 now. That's probably also because I grew up in the UK and that's how it is in the UK. Like, people don't seem to think of education as such a big deal. In Hong Kong and in Asia, it is a big deal, and they do emphasize how important education is. And so I felt that it was better for Aryan to grow up in Hong Kong, to learn all the languages. He's been here for 2 years. He knows Cantonese, he knows Mandarin, he knows English. He also is starting to learn Hindi. If he was in the UK, he would only know English. And it's not until he starts going to probably secondary school before he starts learning any other languages. So that's why it was very important that we spent time and effort to move back to Hong Kong and for him to really learn things at this age where he is just soaking everything up like a sponge. Another thing about the UK is also that I think for people who don't live in the UK or have never lived in the UK, you think of the UK as like, oh, you can have this big house, you have all the freedom, you have a big car and all this kind of stuff. But actually, what comes with a big house is a lot of cleaning. What comes with a big garden is a lot of mowing the lawn. What comes with a car is a lot of maintenance and also expenses, because you have to pay for, you know, servicing, maintenance and all of that stuff. So yes, there's a lot of freedom, but also a lot more added to your plate. And in Asia, although, you know, the houses are smaller, maybe we can't get a car because it's a lot more expensive here to have a car, but public transport is great. That's another thing. UK public transport is terrible. Like, you can't rely on buses or trains, and if you can't get a car, if you can't afford to have a car, or for whatever reason, if you can't drive, then you kind of have no options. Like, the buses and the trains are so unreliable. This might be a good time to show you a little bit of our house. I think we'll probably do a house tour eventually, but just look how beautiful our view is. In the UK, we would never be able to afford a house with a pool. This place has 6 swimming pools, and we don't have to maintain them because it's included in our fee, it's included in our rent. Our rent is high, but not I mean, it's high if you consider the amount of space, but then if you include all the amenities, I don't think it's high at all. I think it's actually very much worth it. Another reason that we decided to move was actually also the weather in the UK is just really depressing. It made your whole mood kind of very down. It's not like your day was particularly terrible or anything like that, but your day just starts off depressing, and you go to work and it's dark, and then you finish work and it's still dark. And that just, it's not fun. It's nice to be in a place where you wake up, the sun is shining, you've got blue skies, and you just start off your day in a much different, more positive mood than if you were kind of starting the day and it's grey and horrible. So in terms of moving back to the UK, I don't think we have really any plans to move back. And that's really just because we really enjoy our life here in Hong Kong. We enjoy having a lot of things to do. There's so much to do in Hong Kong. Things don't close at like 5 or 6 like they do in the UK. You can go out in the evening, 8, 9 p.m. Everything will still be open. Arian can go to the clubhouse downstairs. So we have 2 clubhouses in this apartment complex, and they close at 10. So he can literally play at 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. in a soft play. It's included in the price of our rent, and it's just so much more fun. Whereas in the UK, sometimes it feels like you have to drive everywhere to get to somewhere. And maybe also it's just not suited for our life, where I think in the UK, a lot of the things to do are outdoors, but then it's too cold to go outdoors, and at least for us. Whereas here, there's more upbuilt things, like things inside the mall or inside of a place, but there's also a lot of hiking routes. There's a lot of outdoorsy stuff here as well. I know that people don't think that about Hong Kong, but actually there's so much outside that you can do. Although the weather is obviously very hot here, so it's like the opposite problem. I think one of the things we actually did realize as well about the difference between living in UK versus Hong Kong is that we realized we really didn't need that much space. Like when we were in the UK, we felt like, oh, we can't wait to get like a big house with 5 rooms, and obviously we did that. We got the big house, we got the big car, we got the big garden, but actually like living there, it didn't feel as satisfying as we thought it would feel when we were planning for it and buying the house. It's a beautiful house, and if I could move the house over to Hong Kong, I would. We didn't really actually need that much space, and our house now is obviously much smaller. This is Arian's room, and it's very probably about 1/3 of the size of his room in the UK. But he has everything he needs in a very small space. We didn't need that space that we had in the UK at all. And I think it just kind of makes us appreciate more what we've got compared to when we were in the UK. Hey guys, so that's pretty much the end of my video. I realized that back when I filmed the different parts that I didn't actually really end the video. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it was insightful for some of you, especially those of you who are thinking of either moving away from the UK or if you're thinking of moving to the UK. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Hopefully we're also going to start putting out more videos. So for those of you who've been following us on our Instagram channel, which is at the OG Chindian couple, then you'll see that we have been posting relatively frequently, different reels and things like that. So if you're not followed, please do follow. We'll start putting out more and more content, both on YouTube and also on Instagram. I hope you like it. Subscribe, like, comment, share, all of that, and we will see you soon.
Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel.